double stuffed tacos. It is a very quick and easy meal, and I feel like that seems to be the theme this week, so I'm just going to go with it. As I've stated before in the previous video of my Hungry Jack, I have very few easy meals that are considered convenience foods, which would mean that they are something that I can prepare very quickly for my family in less than an hour, and something that they enjoy very much. Now, on that flip side, this particular meal can be done just like the Hungry Jack recipe in a very more from scratch perspective. Up here in the north where we are at, we are fortunate to be able to have a very good flour shell, tortilla shell, that is organic, okay, and affordable. I get 10 shells in this for $5. Down below I got like 6 shells for $6. $1 a shell I couldn't abide by, which means I had to make my own flour shells. That's a whole different video, one that I plan on doing, and it's very, I guess, economical, and it is easy to do. It just is a little bit time consuming to do. We'll do that another time. But so I'm using the pre-bought tortilla shells, and then I'm going to warm them up to make them more pliable. Not only does it make them more pliable, but it makes the product much more appetizing. I simply heat up my skillet on my stove. I put it on for several seconds. I touch it. Once this side feels hot to me, I flip it. You want to have your skillet on there for a few minutes before you put your tortilla shell on. That side is very hot. If you overdo it, your shell becomes burnt.
Not good.
That is not good, as the cameraman says. Okay, so that is nice. See how pliable it is right now? So now what we're going to do, and I have to be honest with you, I feel kind of silly even doing a video about double stuffed tacos because it's almost like a no-brainer to many cooks. But I also remember being a young wife and a young mother and not having a lot of knowledge of cooking from scratch. And nothing was no-brainers. Any information I could get was accepted and willingly received because I didn't have it before. So I'm hoping that even though to many of you seasoned cooks, that this will reach those that have no idea what's going on. They may say, oh, double stuffed taco sounds great, and the only place I can get it is at a restaurant. And that's not true. And that's what I want you to understand. And also, if it doesn't reach those type of cooks, it reaches those that are in a hurry and never even thought about it. There are many times that I find a recipe that uses the same ingredients as I do in one recipe, but that uses it differently in another. And it makes a whole different menu option for me. And I'm thankful for that. So that's what I am hoping to appeal to. So we have the shell, and we've warmed it up, and now it's pliable. We take our refried beans. What makes this convenient is I've used canned refried beans. Now, you can make your own refried beans, and that's great. And I have done that. I have to say, honestly, I have never found myself to make refried beans quite like the canned. I have also been in the Apostolic Church, which is Hispanic, and they make all this stuff from scratch. And so I've had first-hand teachers, and I still have not been able to master it. Okay, so the canned refried beans are just an awesome option for me. Again, it's not that you can't use your dried beans and make them yourself. That they work great, and that takes away from the convenience, but it's still more than palatable, and it's absolutely an option for you. So there's the canned refried beans. Now, because we eat organic, and at the very least GMO-free, I have not been able to find a corn shell, pre-fried corn shells that you get from like Ortego or any other
we're not affiliated with them.
Brand name. Stop! In an organic form. The only thing we've been able to find in an organic form of a hard corn chip is different brand names for like the triangle shape, whether it be Garden of Eden, and that's just GMO free, or a local store brand name that is organic. Up here we have Sage Valley, and so my son doesn't say it, we are not affiliated with them, okay? But the other option besides this is, and I have seen those, is the corn shells that are ready to fry. And I have seen those in organic, but I haven't seen them often. So this is a great option for us. And what I do is I take the bag and I crumble it up. I I just make it into crumbs because trying to eat the triangled shell on here or get it on here so it's proper is difficult. If I crumble it up, I can take a handful like this and sprinkle it on. And that gives a nice crunch to this particular recipe. Then I take my hamburger, and you can season your hamburger with salt and pepper and cumin. Okay, I use a very heavy seasoned canned bean. I mean, it's very heavy seasoned, and I am grateful for that. And I do not have to add any additional spices to the hamburger. If I was not using this particular brand of beans, if I was using a black refried bean or another brand, I would probably add cumin and salt and maybe paprika to it. So I simply take, you know, whatever I want on the shell and I sprinkle it on. And honestly, I would put a little more on that. This is not a meal that you can feel comfortable eating in public, okay? It's rather expressive. And you have to take, you know, you get this huge shell wrapped up. Mm-hmm. And you just want to eat it amongst family. All right? I mean, that's the reality of it.
There's no dignified way to eat.
Thank you. Once that's done, I will put some cheese on it. Up here, we do not have an organic cheese. All we have is a GMO-free cheese. And it's called Gator cheese from Australia. And it's very strong. So I don't need a lot. And then if you like onions, which we do, put a little onion on it. And I prefer spinach versus lettuce on my taco. One, it has a lot of nutritional value. Two, it just adds a nice flavor to it. We've used tiny tomatoes. You can dice those in half, or you can just slide them along the side. And then you come to the homemade taco sauce. This is the Arteco sauce that we were making earlier. Okay. All right, so we've changed our normal taster. It's gone from Josiah to RJ, and that's because Josiah is not an onion nor a taco sauce taster unless it is on potato tacos. And we are going to be doing a video on potato tacos. It is a poor man's meal that makes you feel filled and happy.
Happy, happy, happy.
It's one of your favorite meals, isn't it?
I love it.
Okay.
We'll just pick it up.
Taste it. Let us know how it is. It's got homemade sauce on it.
Do you need a handle on it?
I just don't want to lose.
It's not one you want to eat in front of too many people. But we're all friends here on YouTube, right?
Are we?
We will be.
Close up to his face.
Shove it in there. Is it as good as Hungry Jack? Hungry Jack's hard to beat.
Right now I'll say it's better. Need more sauce.
If hamburger is not your thing and you prefer to have a white meat, chicken can be substituted without a problem for the hamburger. The texture is definitely different, but the flavor is still good. That's kind of the texture thing holds some people off. So it's just an idea, a thought that, you know, accommodate your family the way that it needs to be accommodated to. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, please let us know in our comments. God bless.
Remember, you saw it in MacGyver's kitchen.